fuck is this? Oh yeah, very scary. Very scary. No, not really.
Please take the letter. Yeah. Yeah. So Mum can get lift letter. Yeah. Book the lifting for the 30th. Then she said to me, "Oh, should I cancel the appointment in the end? Because I told her I didn't have anyone to take me." I thought, oh, for God's sake. And you're going round and round in circles like that?
I got the money off the mum and I gave her £11. And she took £1, then she gave me £10 for doing it.
Wow, I'm really feeling the wind. Can't hear much because of the wind, whereas when I went out earlier the wind didn't really bother me much. One thing I don't like about this bike is it puts a lot of like force on my wrists, probably because the handlebars are too far away and they're too far away, too spaced out, and they're also too low. A combination of those factors. I think the height would be okay if it was closer and narrower. What is going on there? See that? That pickup is crazy. A lot of people around, but not the sort of people that interest me. I'd be a bit careful on wet leaves. Yeah, the first thing I think I'll do is buy a narrower, a shorter handlebar, and try and see if that makes it a bit better, because then my arms will be straighter. Just get out in front of Idris Elba. Is that his name? Idris Elba? Can't remember what he played, but he plays a lot of popular TV shows. The main character in a lot of there's a few memes. There's this meme where it's like he's playing like Zelensky from the Ukraine or something. I think it was. Another dog there. These cliffs are so steep, you'd never get up there on a bike. Like that one, you could maybe drag a bike up there, but it would be difficult. It's going to be dark in like 2 hours. God, I bet it'll be so muddy down the railway. I have to be careful. Not too many people around down here. It's not that wet yet. It's usually up here it starts to get quite wet. This is along here, yeah, there was loads of firewood, and sometime a few months ago saw all these, there's a little bit of it left, look, saw all these people here at like 9 o'clock at night in the dark, and they had a wheelbarrow and they were just putting all the wood into a wheelbarrow. I don't know why, it might have been left for like nature conservation purposes, because they probably cut it from the trees down around here, but I don't think you're really supposed to take that wood, you know, especially if you're going to sell it. I mean, I've thought about just taking a few logs to make a campfire out here, but you've got the new build houses just beyond that field there. There is a nice campfire spot up there that I've used once in the past, about 10 years ago. But then now you've got the new build houses just on the other side of that, so it's a bit rude to have a fire here now. The new build houses are urbanising the towns and villages and cities, and all of these places that should be suburban, and then the HS2 is industrialising the countryside. There's a lot of holes here actually. Yeah, so you're getting hit from two fronts. You know, you've got these nice areas around town and around the city are being developed, so people don't have those places to go to anymore. And then you've also got the actual countryside and the really wild areas are being damaged by the HS2 industrialisation. Some geese there. There's always been geese along here. To be careful on this bike, I just don't trust it that much. It is that bit too long. I should have got the medium frame. I just went by the guide in terms of what my height is. Oh, it just come out. Yeah, you've got this artificial intelligence stuff online. It's a bit of a tricky climb there. Reading 80.4, so I've lost less than 2 knots. I don't remember that bench being there. No, it wasn't there. That's a new one. It was like they were all wooden like this. This looks new as well, look. I don't know, this was always here, these metal rails, but something looks new. don't often show this place on camera. It's a very beautiful old place though. I painted this for my GCSE, or rather I tried to paint it in like watercolour. For GCSE art. I wasn't that good at art as a teenager, child. I'm not too bad at it now. I can't really paint well. Private land, no public access, that's ridiculous. This has always been part of the town, and they've never tried to keep you from going to it. You know, it's not the university's land, it's the townspeople's land. All the parks, all the river is public property. So why they're putting those signs up, I don't know. Certainly not going to be able to stop the townspeople from going to the river. Remember fishing here a few years ago, just before the 2018 I think it was, just before all the fish got poisoned. So there was a chemical fire, a paint factory or a chemical factory in Brackley, and it all came downstream. It's like 7 miles to Brackley, 6 or 7 miles, and it came downstream down the river, and it poisoned all the fish, it killed all the fish. I don't know if anyone went to jail for that, probably not, but basically they had designed their chemical factory in such a way that when there was a fire, yeah, and when the this is hard to get up here. I'm not very strong at the moment. When there was a fire and the fire engine sprayed all the water, I guess, it washed all of these toxic chemicals into the river, and it came downstream, and it poisoned the fish from here for miles onwards as well. All the different types of. We didn't have barbel. This isn't the right type of river for barbel. There are barbel, no carp obviously. We did have trout actually. We had brown trout in it. There are actually barbel on the far side of Milton Keynes. As you go towards Bedford, there's barbel there apparently. But no barbel here, I never caught. It's a surprise that there are trout here though. Yeah, had a few pike out under there actually. Quite fun to fish on that underneath that bamboo thing, and then let the line go round that corner. You cast in there and let it run down there. And then It gets shallower and faster as it goes under the bridge, but it gets some quite nice bites by these, where those reeds are. Has some quite big fish on the line, but most of them got away. Had like pike bites and stuff there, and chub, probably chub, big roach and stuff. What is this? This wasn't here before. Scaffolding. I don't like to let my bike fall, the back wheel fall from that sort of height. Should be okay though. Quite strong spokes on these, like this wheel. Some nice hills here we can play with. Another bike. Tend to come through. I see better at night when there's no people around. Another one. It doesn't corner tightly at speed like my other ones do. Slip it here. Oh. Gets really rough here. Really rough, I have to slow it down. Little robin? Yeah, caught a trout in there once actually. There used to be really big chub in there it was quite a sort of shallow, fast bit in there, and then it goes into like a deep pool. I used to climb down there, climb down that bank, steep bank there. These big chub used to hang out there, like 6 to 8 pounds maybe, 5 to 8 pounds. They're not there anymore, but they were very hard to catch. I did catch a good one further down. The river isn't very accessible along here. So my zodiac sign is a water sign. What are these bandits doing? My zodiac sign is a water sign, and I wonder if that could be connected to why I'm interested in rivers and fishing and stuff. I don't know, it's something I just thought came to me last night, and I thought maybe I'll research that. He's looking very urban, like he's just come out of New York City or something. Not a fan of that. Like, it was a good 5-6 feet deep. Now look at it. It's just all full of plants, and it looks like it's about 2 feet deep. But that used to be an actual big, we called it a lake, we were children. But there's another squirrel over there. This is like more like a big pond that's fed by a stream. And you got a smaller one there, that used to be fishable as well. But it's in a similar sort of state as this. That one's got a sort of island in the middle of it. And that one's first lake, so this is second lake. That one's first lake. That one's even worse. And then down further you got Otter's Pond. You could fish in there. I remember seeing big fish, like a few pounds in this stream, like maybe 4 pounds, 5 pounds. Swimming in this little stream. And then there used to be a waterfall here down into the Otter's Pond. There's a little waterfall, and then the Otter's Pond was fishable as well. And sometimes it floods in the winter, and it floods up to those benches there. These otters used to look much better. The old statues look much better than they do now. These ones look like beavers or dogs. They're very angular and misshapen. Yeah, you got like little stepping stones in there. You got stepping stones. We used to jump across the stepping stones. And here there used to be, when you went along here, there was a sort of tunnel made of willows that they'd made the willows arch over into a sort of archway tunnel. Don't think it's there anymore, which is really weird because it was quite a big. Maybe it was more along this side, but it ran along there and it took you out over here. Oh, they're fishing. I wouldn't fish at this time of year, it's just too cold. I've done it before, but it's not nice. Yeah, this is where I had another campfire. in December last year. Stayed up all night next to this campfire in the middle of winter. Crazy. We've got the Holocaust Memorial Stone here. See, very important. It's very important to the history of our town, because just over there, where the basketball court is, that's where the Nazis had their gas chambers. And they say they killed about 100,000 people in this town, on this spot, you see. Down here, never really fish. I fished a lot there, near the bridge. But down here, I wouldn't really fish here. Oh, these bastards. This is all fresh, this has all been newly done. Live life, don't like, never, before it, what? Live life like never before, don't waste it. Bob Marley. These are kids scribbles. I don't think it's the same person who's done the other ones. Yeah, I think we went on a school trip down there, into the river down there, to learn about the river, where you just walked into the river in like primary school or middle school, and just like looked for things in the river, under stones and things, I don't know. They wouldn't do that nowadays. But yeah, that's sort of private land, so you can't, not meant to fish down that part of it. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, I do want to get a new handlebar, but I don't know if I want to use carbon or aluminium, whatever, normal, the regular type. 'Cause carbon is lighter and it's plenty strong, but I've heard if carbon gets like chipped, it can like catastrophically fail. Considering how many cars there are now and how much pollution and overpopulation there is, it's going to be interesting to see what this country looks like in 10-20 years, you know. I don't really care, but at the same time, well, you wonder if there will be such radical change, such drastic change. For example, we've known that AI was coming for a long time and that it would have massive although, I mean, they've told us AI is coming for a long time, but at the same time, I think a few years ago I would have said that you can't really make. I would have said you can't make a computer intelligent. I would have said there's no way that a computer can mimic human intelligence. But then again, we've had these drones, we've had robotics has been improving for a while. I think increased use of robotics is kind of obvious that it's going to happen, but true AI is a different story, right? Like recumbent bicycle size podcasts, basically. Sort of like long, sleek things. A little trail here I've never noticed before. But so far they're not going that route, they're going like electric SUVs and massive Tesla saloons. All this. Adoption of the electric bikes is picking up, but it's still like not like super common. You know, you haven't seen like a quarter of people sell their car and get a electric bike instead. That Johnny Nerdal guy said like there's so much room still for the market to grow, and I agree. Down here to get back from school, should go down these little alleys. Some really tight little alleyways here. Which is this way? Some of these old estates in Buckingham are just completely labyrinthian. For example, I may have never been here before in my life. Wow, look at this. Where's that go? Hello, cat. Nice cat. I don't know where I am. I'm really high up. Where does this take me? This is all part of an area of my town called Page Hill. It's where I grew up. I had a friend called Paul May who lived in the next street along, and he was really good at drawing cars. Met him again when I did graphics design, product design for A levels, and he was fucking amazing at drawing cars. He was only like 17, 18. He used to live down there, I think. Down there somewhere. That was my house where I grew up, over there. That might have been my dad there. It looked a bit like his car. I think I'll go up this hill. This is Page Hill. This is one of the steepest hills here in town, this one. This bike's getting up there no problem though. This is really hard to cycle up, by the way. I'll go up towards Page Hill School, where I used to go to school. It's up here. Yeah, there's the school buses waiting for the kids to come out. I don't really remember there ever being school buses here. I don't remember there being like loads and loads of school buses. Unless those are for like, because they've come off a school trip. Yeah, most of the kids would have lived in this town. So they would have been picked up by parents. I just don't remember there being loads of school buses. Weird. I know somewhere I can go. Yeah, down this. Down the back of this road. There, this is where I used to go back home from school. Down this tiny alleyway. And then here I think it goes. Yeah, it goes behind the back of the school. Really narrow. Ooh, bloody hell. That was a close one. Really narrow. Yeah, so that's where I used to go. Oh, bloody hell. That wasn't fun. I hit this bit of the hedge that was sticking out. I think it's like the fence has collapsed or something. Oh dear. These handlebars are too wide, as I've said many times. Thankfully it didn't break anything. Yeah, that's where I used to go to school. That orange and red thing was never there before. That's the my middle school, and then the primary schools are over the other side. Beautiful trees. Looks great. This is hairy. To see too many people around in this cold weather. American, isn't it? Come on, England, score some fucking goals.
Come on, England! Score some fucking goals!